Hello everyone. Here at Prewave we're constantly trying to do new things to interact with our old and new audience, so we've came together and thought up of audio tutorials. This is already on top of our radio show which we host every Tuesday. We've had guest mixes from the likes of Dinka, Genix, Speed Limits, Vintage Morelli, Zoo Brazil, and upcoming we have Sound Prank. As well as that we have our new Music Mondays feature, bringing you the best in free music. So what's this all about then? I'll be showing you how both FL Studio and Ableton work, and this of course can be translated into any other software. We'll be running through synths, effects, drum machines, samples, you name it, and we'll be covering that from beginner to advanced. So I hope you enjoy this series. Don't forget to subscribe, and first off we're going to go straight into EQs. This is your main screen when you open Ableton Live 9. I've also got Ableton Live 8, but 9 has an extra feature which I'll get onto. So here we go, let's get something going and then I'll go over the EQs. So I'm just going to drag in a quick loop. Drum loops don't get that boring, so we'll just go. That sounds cool. I'll just put this on a little loop. Sounds cool. Right, so you've got your sections here on the left of Ableton. You've got your sounds, drums, instruments, audio effects. So today we're going to be going into audio effects. Got loads of stuff here. And first we're going to go into EQ3. So for DJs who are used to this, but don't actually know what's happening to the sound, if you DJ for a long time then you will, but basically you've got your 3-band EQ here. Now this explains low, mid and high. So that is like your EQ this is your audio spectrum we're talking about here. So you've got 20Hz to 20 kHz of sound. So you've got, need to make sure this doesn't flip, you've got your low end, your mids and your highs, which is a simple way to put it. So the low ends of this sample, your low end is your kick, your mids are going to be the clap, the sort of rhythm, and then high ends are going to be the cymbals. Simple. So for instance, if I take away the low end, you still hear the high click of the kick, but you don't hear the low end thump. Same can be said for the mids. Now I'm going to take away the mids and the lows here. Now all you have left is the high cymbals to an extent. Now let's reset that. The same can be said going the other way. Can't hear any cymbals, you can just hear the low end thump and mids. And if you have a good set of speakers or headphones, you'll be able to hear the low end thump right now. So that's basic EQing, but I'm just going to get rid of that. Now here we have the EQ8, and the difference why I'm using Live 9 as opposed to Live 8 is because you've got this spectral analyzer, so you actually see what's happening to the sound as you mess around with it basically, which is a great addition to what we're going to be doing right now, so you can actually visually see what's happening to the sound. So here we go. That as soon as you click on EQ8, this is what comes up, the same for everyone. Now if you're EQing the sound, it's because you either want to remove frequencies or add them. So simple way put is down. Now you can see the gain there, minus, so you're taking out frequencies or you're adding them. Now these are very extreme, you never need to add or minus 15 decibels, which is what this is in. I would roughly do between 0 and 6, 6 being still quite extreme, but even -2 just to still little down or a little up. So say you have this track, you just have this loop running, this is your track, and you want to have a section where it's a break, the kick isn't on. So you would do this. You try and EQ out the kick, but you've actually got different types of EQs here, as you can see here. Filter mode up on the left hand side there. Low cut, low shelf, bell, notch, high shelf, and high cut. So click on number 1 here, which is this guy. So we're going to go to, now you're just going to, unfortunately just going to have to learn what these resemble, but pretty much the top is your low pass or high cut, is that what you call it? Low cut, which is pretty much a high pass, same thing. So this is you taking out frequencies from the low and passing the high frequencies. Now you'll be able to see this as I move up from the spectral analyzer, and you can also hear it. And it's pretty much, that just works like the way a filter does on a DJ mixing desk. Lots of people are familiar with that sound. DJs playing to the crowd, wants to build up the tension, bring it up to the drop, and you hear this big, and then drops it back in. Now, you also get, so that's a gradual steady filter going up there, but you can also have a filter with a higher, I forgot what it's called, roll off, steeper roll off. Now you don't need to worry about the fact that this causes phasing issues, because, well, yeah. But it just basically means that instead of having it going slightly down, and you can visually see that you've got the filter coming straight on, everything here is gone as opposed to gradually going down. Now, as you can see in the visual representation, we've still got a few frequencies coming through just below the cutoff, because the cutoff number, which you can see here, so 370 Hz is actually where 370 Hz is where the filter is at -3 decibels. So below that, you're still getting a drop off. It's not 369 Hz, nothing, 370, everything. So you've still got that in the case of the steeper roll off as opposed to the steadier one, but the steadier one isn't that noticeable. So that's your high pass, but then you've got the exact same again in the high frequencies. So there you go. Pretty basic stuff for filtering. And then if you've got a really bassy sound but you don't want to take it away, then of course you use your EQs. So you find that frequency, that sounds like an EDM track, but maybe, so that's absolutely ridiculous. You wouldn't need to go that high, but if that's too bassy at this level, so then maybe bring it down just by that a little bit much. Maybe you want the clap to come up, so that would be around 200 Hz. Same with the cymbal splash. Now look, you can see here I'm getting this weird curve, and it's because what's selected. So there we go. That's the normal bell EQ. And also you've got this Q here, which just over a lot of frequencies, or a specific frequency. So a lot is a more gradual, normal sound EQ. If you have it like this, it just sounds unnatural. So let's have it there. Bring it down a bit there. Pretty basic, but also you need to notice we've got red coming up here on our master channel, and that is pretty much a big no-no. So you would just, because then that provides digital clipping, which is basically digital distortion, which totally destroys dynamics and sounds absolutely awful. It's unwanted. There, we've got a green signal now. Basic stuff. So, and what I taught you about filtering can also be applied using an auto filter, which is basically the same idea, only except instead of having all these different 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc., you've only got one. So maybe, let's say, you've got a sub bass playing, so you want everything away below 100 Hz. Done. Simple as that. So thanks again for tuning in. Make sure to subscribe, guys, and be sure to stay next week. Stay right here. Which I'll be going through the same procedure in FL Studio, but it will be involving a little bit more music production wise, adding some synths onto that as opposed to using a loop. So thanks very much for enjoying, or actually staying this far through the first episode. We've got lots more to come, and remember, Tuesday 21st of April to tune in to GrooveCityRadio.com to hear us on the radio, but also hear a guest mix from Soundprank. So thanks a lot, guys. See you next week.